Craig, first time we've had an opportunity to have a chat to you for a while, and the question is, you're right, is everything okay? Are you well? Are you happy? I think it's a situation with your head injury that a lot of people were probably more scared than you were because you were probably oblivious to what was going on, but it was a scary moment for everyone.
Yeah, I'm fine now.
Yeah, good.
The protocol's a frustrating thing because there's only certain things you can do at certain times, and then you've got to meet certain criteria and have minimal symptoms at certain points, so that's obviously frustrating. It's done for the right reasons, of course, but yeah, I'm all good now, and it was just nice to play on Saturday, get a win and a clean sheet.
It's one of those moments, isn't it, where you yourself will be like, I'm fine, I want to play, and you have to put it in the hands of the professionals to say, actually, no, you need another week or whatever. Yeah,
it's exactly that. If I could have been back the following weekend, I would have been. I think the doctors would have said the polar opposite, given the state I was in for the first couple of days in particular. But yeah, the protocol's there for a reason, and ultimately, like, you've only got one brain, and as well as that, I know football's important, but you've only got one brain, and if you damage it, then the implications are massive. So I also had that sort of thought process as well, but ultimately, I wanted to get on the football pitch as soon as I could.
Of course you did. Do you have much memory of the incident?
No, still nothing. It's a weird one. It's the second time I've had it where I've had a concussion. Don't remember playing in a game of football. Don't even remember getting to the game of football. Yeah, I've got no memory of Saturday at all. Yeah, so I remember waking up. I was going to bed on Friday evening, and next thing I was in a hospital ward. So yeah, I've had near enough 24 hours of my life that's just never come back to me.
There were a few Saturdays we could all do with forgetting. To be totally honest with you,
we've all had them, yeah. But yeah, whether it'll ever come back, I don't know. But yeah, it's in the past now, and let's keep looking forward.
Well, I mean, your health and that you're okay is the most important thing, and of course you've played now. So the side it's been an interesting season so far, hasn't it, Craig? You know, there's been some sticky spells, huge amount of injuries, and the injured players coming back as well. Do you feel that everyone's kind of hitting their stride now a little bit, and the side is kind of ready to push on and maintain that top three spot?
Yeah, I think you've nailed it. I think we've had some good spells, some not so good spells, but I think if you actually look at the league as a whole, it seems to be a common theme across the entire division, really, where some teams are going a little run, but then they have a blip, and the other teams then having a good run off the back of their bad run. So I think it's going to come down to ultimately, and I know this word gets bounced around for fun in football, is whichever team remains the most consistent for the remainder of the season will be the team ultimately that finishes probably top. The most consistent teams always are at the top end of the league. It's just formality. So yeah, for us it's about just doing the basics well, doing what gets us the results so far this season, and if we can tweak little things here to get better, then that's what we'll look to do.
And winning in different ways that's in football throughout, but League Two certainly, you just got to win in different ways. Yeah,
at the end of the day, when that whistle goes, if you've won a game of football, the result is the most important thing, and performances also, they are massive, of course they are, because if you don't play very well consistently, then naturally results eventually will differ off. But the reality is, if you win games of football, the more games you win, the more chance you have of getting promoted at the end of the season.
It's bunched up though, isn't it? If you look below the top three, it's an incredibly competitive top 10, say for instance. You know, and the whole division is pretty competitive, and I suppose it's about, you know, not being complacent, about just maintaining that and keeping all the teams below you where they are.
Yeah, I think I still think we can still say the season's still very early still. Yeah. And I think it's not getting carried away with where people are and who's where and what's. I think it's just making sure we focus on ourselves, and every time we get to a Saturday or a Tuesday, come 3 o'clock or 7:45, whatever it may be, that we do what we need to do and what we've worked on leading up to that game to get the win. And like I say, the more times we do that, the more chance we have of getting where we want to be at the end of the season, which is ultimately getting out of League Two.
When players in the defensive unit, and I'm talking either the 3 or the 4 or 5, including you obviously, does it make much difference to you when, you know, players are shifting around and moving, you know, if there's injuries or whatever? because I was thinking about this today, actually whoever comes in, there's such a strength in depth of quality that actually it's quite interchangeable, and that will help you obviously in your position as well.
Yeah, like you say, I think we're very lucky in the sense that we've got a very strong squad. If one player is injured for whatever reason, then there's always someone just as good that can come in and take their place, which is like very
perfect, really.
Yeah, it's perfect, really. So, in that sense, I don't really feel, from my perspective anyway, that if one player comes out and one comes in, there's much of a difference, because during the week we're preparing for anyone to play, so everyone knows what the roles and responsibilities are anyway. So in that sense, if one player's in one week and then the next week someone else is in, it shouldn't, and I don't feel it does make any difference, because everyone knows what they're doing and everyone's here for a reason. We're all very good players. Yeah. So yeah, I don't feel that there's any difference, and we're very blessed in the sense that we've got the squad we have. And
Tranmere away finally for me, sometimes can be a quite hostile environment. Tranmere, looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it's a great game. They always get a decent crowd. Yeah. It's kind of got like a sort of an old school type feel to it. In terms of the stadium, which is nice. So yeah, like it'll be a great atmosphere, I'm sure, on Saturday, because they always get a good crowd, and it's up to us to turn up there, do what we've been working on, and give ourselves the best opportunity to come away with another win.
As a keeper, do you feed off abuse, as it were, or people saying things and giving it all out?
To be fair, do you
zone it out?
I kind of just zone it out. Like it's not very often I'll really sort of take any notice of what's going on behind. I don't see the point, because they're not going to stop anyway. So if you try and give it back, they're just going to keep coming back at you 10 times more. So a lot of the time for me, I just block it out. Yeah, but it is nice to play when you can hear like the noise, because it feeds into the game and adds more emphasis into the game. So yeah, it's nice.
Thanks, Craig. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you.
Craig, that was a nasty injury you had. We all know that. Was it in the back of your mind when you played last Saturday, and will it now be moving forward into other games, niggling away?
The honest truth, no, because I don't remember it. That's not to say if I did remember it, it would, but I think it helps as well in the sense that I have no recollection of what even happened. I've seen it, but I have no emotional attachment to it. So in that sense, on Saturday, no, there was nothing in my head that was thinking, oh, could this happen, could that happen? I think ultimately as well, as part of the protocol, these questions do get mentioned to you by the club doctors to make sure that there is nothing inside your head that makes you think there's something not quite right there, which is ultimately not the case, because I've been allowed to step back into full contact training and games. Yeah, nothing at all.
That's good. It was a nice win for you to come back to, clean sheet and everything. But the manager said that things still need to improve after that game, and he seemed a bit frustrated, I thought, on the film. Does every player accept their part and their responsibility in that when the manager's not entirely happy?
Yeah, of course you do that. Like, the game of football it's not just one player, it's not just a couple of players, it's a full squad. Like, you're not going to win a game of football with just one person. It's the whole collective as a group, whether you're starting the game, ending the game, whether you're staff, management, whatever, it's everyone's responsibility at the end of the game. For example, Saturday, there were certain elements of the game that we weren't very happy with. We've got the result, that's the main thing, and we've got a clean sheet, which is great. But there was also elements of that game that when we've reflected on it and looked at it, that we know we have to be better at. So that's this week we've sort of looked at that and seen how we can be better in those certain departments of the game, and hopefully we can instill them into Saturday.
Sure, it's about focus, I guess, isn't it? We're lying third at the moment. It's 100% sure that we've got to stay focused for the entire season.
Yeah, 100%. Like, what we're now 16 games in, and no one gets promoted in 16 games. There's 46 games in the season, isn't there? So there's a long way to go yet, and plenty of top twists and turns, I'm sure. But like I said in the previous questions, it's about consistency, and we've got to make sure we're the consistent team in the league to give ourselves the best chance come the end of the season.
Lovely. Thanks, Craig.
No problem.